Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to our expert interview. We are joined today by Ademola Johnson, who is a professional L&D practitioner in Nigeria. He really brings a lot of key insights and experience to bear on providing commentary on the state of learning and development as a function of human resources in Nigeria. Thank you very, very much for joining us, Ademola.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you for having me here.
Ademola, my first question for you, I would like to know, and I'm sure our audience would too, are Nigerian companies, in your experience, providing enough resources as well as capabilities towards internal learning and development?
Oh, thank you very much for that question, Oliver. I think in Nigeria, well, I'll give more context to pre and post COVID. So pre-COVID, there was really not much. Not Lucas. Let me take it back. While I wouldn't say there was not much, we had quite a number of L&D programs or L&D initiatives being deployed in organizations. However, I think post-COVID, we've seen more of it. So there are more activities going on, but there is now this issue in trying to understand the function itself. So whilst there are maybe the HR, the human resource, try to manage some of the aspect of L&D. From experience, I'm sure you would agree that the L&D needs dedicated resources who would simply handle the end-to-end process. So the HR is trying their best to implement quite a number of programs, engaging a lot of external vendors. But we have few L&D practitioners who own the process and are able to really ensure that value is derived. So we are trying to move from a regular tick the box training to a performance driven program implementation, and also moving away from just training to adopting other means of learning and development initiatives. So that's where we are now. And I think the conversation is ongoing. We're seeing a lot of traction in that aspect, and all things being equal, we'll definitely get there very soon.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So based on what you were saying, there is some traction, but I believe, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, there is a need for more focus, and there is a need for more resources as well as capabilities to be provided towards learning and development, so that that function can start to really develop and deliver the value and the promise that it can do.
Absolutely. So yeah, so we need more resources, we need more dedication, and we need more capabilities within the L&D space for it to get to that final destination. And put it that way.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ademola. My second question is, are HR heads in Nigeria ready to deliver learning and development that creates that value?
So it's there's no straight answer to that, and the reason being that you see that interest. There are a lot of conversations around the need to get a learning management system, the need to digitize courses, the need to enroll staff on the MOOCs, the likes of Coursera and Udemy and all. But whilst those are going on, because the team does not, well, their in-house team don't have, in most cases, don't have that resources, that resourceful person who understands the L&D process, which still goes back to my initial response. You see that a lot of these initiatives are not delivering that much value. So yes, the HR heads are looking to get that in place, but it's a case of putting the cart before the horse. So we're starting to implement things without really understanding how to go ahead to do that. And a case in point is there are some organizations I've had to work with where they come to say want to digitize e-learning course. And the first question I'll ask them is, do you have an LMS? And they'll be like, yeah, we have an LMS. Is it working? Have you tested it? Do you have somebody in my ear? Yeah, we have it. And then we deliver the courses. And 3 months down the line, I get a mail saying we've not been able to use the course. And I'm like, what happened? Like, we've not finished deploying the LMS. So you
Yeah.
see that they want to do things, but the approach in which they are doing it is what I have issues with. So yes, they are looking to do, and hopefully with more sensitizations and content like this, they are able to realize that they probably need to also engage people who have that L&D core experience as against the HR generalist experience.
Thank you, Demola. So based on what you're saying, I think again reading between the lines, direction from a learning and L&D strategy perspective is important,
Absolutely.
but equally important is having the resources in place, having learning practitioners who really know their stuff inside the organization to be able to advise the organization appropriately on learning interventions that are going to really deliver value.
True, true. So that's really the missing link in, at least for the organizations I've had to engage or the individual conversations I've had. That's the missing link in tying their L&D initiative to their corporate value. That person, that resource that understands the L&D services and also has the business acumen to be able to marry both things together, as against the generalist and then just trying to make things work or tick the box.
Absolutely. Demola, I'd like to thank you so much for engaging with us today. Ladies and gentlemen who are watching, please feel free to engage with us over LinkedIn. If you have a question for Demola, please pop it into the chat in the LinkedIn post, and we will do our best to get back to you. Thank you very much, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Oliver.